Today I'm going to share with you a super simple and easy to implement swing thought that's going to help you with your driving, your fairway woods and hybrids, your irons, your wedges and your short game. It's going to help you with all of them. Now I know what you're thinking, it's too good to be true, it must be clickbait. I promise you today's video is not clickbait. It is high quality coaching information that is going to help you improve your game. It's used by the best players in the world, it's used by hundreds of my clients with amazing results, and now I'm going to pass it on to you. The only thing I ask for in return is that you like the video and you give it a subscribe. Why? It helps me produce more content to help you, the viewer at home. So what is it that I see so many golfers do wrong? Well, first off is they don't know how to take this club back. You'll see them do it with the arms, you'll see them do it all with rotation, the arms will pick up, they'll roll the club to the inside. Ultimately from here, they get the first couple of feet completely off. So then from here, the arms will start to collapse, they'll come out of their body angles, they won't set their wrist correctly, they'll be disconnected from here. They'll have to make it up on the way down, early extension, scooping, casting, all of these things that are just going to make compressing the golf ball and hitting consistent shots close to impossible. How do we fix this? That's the big question. Well, we have two focus points when we are fixing this. Number one, the heel pad on the lead hand, so my left hand, and the top part of the grip right here. So what I want you to do is set up to the golf ball. And if you are doing what these amazing golfers on tour are doing, is they are pushing down with their heel pad on the top part of the grip. Now, as they do this, notice a couple things. If I do it with two hands on the club, when I do this, it creates a reaction to where the club head wants to work upwards. Why? As I push down on the grip, the club head will start to come up, but also it sort of triggers the right wrist to pull back on itself. And this is really key because when this happens, when the right wrist pulls back on itself, it flattens off the left wrist, which controls the club face and gets the club setting up onto a great plane. Now, as well as this, what we also see is as I push down on the handle, the left shoulder works slightly down and around, the left arm goes wide, the hands work back correctly without thinking, the right arm is wide and everything works away together. So it's a really, really simple swing thought that helps you get everything into a great position. Now from here, all you have to do is turn to the top. Club's going to be fully loaded in the right wrist. Left wrist is going to be flat. Club face is going to be under control. Great position. And then from there, you can come down into a great downswing position and start to compress your irons. So this one thought is going to help you with shoulder tilt, help you with your body movements, help you stay connected, good width, setting the club up on plane, all of these amazing different things. Now, to sort of demonstrate this, and I would love for you to do this at home, is a really great way of sort of understanding this a little bit more, is I want you to grip the club. Now, when you grip the club, I want you to take your bottom three fingers off the club. So your pinky, your ring finger, and your middle finger. So you're just gonna hold it just like this. Thumb is gonna stay on the grip, index finger on the grip, heel pad on the grip. Take your right hand, your middle finger, and your ring finger, and you're just gonna hook it just below your left hand, just like so, in this position. All other fingers, all other palms, everything off the grip. So from here, all I want you to do is, as you start to take this club back, is push down on the heel, with the heel pad on the left hand on the top part of the grip. As you do that, what happens? The club starts to set up into a good position. You can see that right there. As I push down, the club starts to push up. I'm not doing anything with my right hand. My right hand is just following along for the ride. It's sort of acting at that as that pivot point. Now, if I was to then grip the club normally and do that same feeling, you would actively feel your right wrist as you push down with the left want to set back on itself. So this is where a lot of these motions happen very naturally. This pulls the left wrist into a flat position, controls the club face, gets everything working back in a great position. So really, really simple feeling right there. A couple of questions I get asked is, number one, won't this open the club face? No, because like I said, when you push down with the heel pad on the left palm right there, on the top part of the grip, the right wrist is then going to pull back on itself, and this is going to get the club, number one, setting upwards, but number two, getting the club face in a good position. Number two is, when do I push? Well, it's kind of, there's no right answer for this. It's going to be sort of a gradual feeling as you go back. Easiest way to sort of explain this is, look, grip the club with your left hand and do a takeaway position where you just push down with the heel pad as you turn. You can sort of see it's a gradual sort of feeling as I'm doing this. I can't really tell you when it starts. It's just sort of gradually happening. Number three is, what direction should you be pushing down in? Your toe line. So if you imagine I've got a golf club down my toe line just like so, I would be feeling like I'm pushing down towards my toe line with that sort of heel pad, and that's then what gets the club setting up into a good position. Do the same thing with two hands on now. You can see, I feel like I'm pushing down towards the toe line. This gets the hands in a good position, gets the club setting up onto plane. So let me now hit a goal shot for you and we'll play it back in slow motion, explaining everything we can see. So I'm pushing down with the heel pad on the left hand to get that club setting up into a good position. So as you can see, the left hand is pushing down, the right hand is reacting, setting back on itself. This gets the club setting up on plane, and it also gets the club face nice and square in that position. From there, we can see great width, we can see the arms extended, they're working with the chest, and from there, turning all the way to the top of the backswing. Now you can see at the top of the backswing, I get across the line. This is where the club sort of points slightly to the left. The reason for this is not because of this movement, it's because of an old injury that I have. I can't get the club laid off. If I do, I feel like I'm having to dislocate my right shoulder. So that's what we're seeing visually now. What's a really practical drill you can do in terms of training this? And then after that, I'm going to show you all these other different clubs and how it can help you with them as well. A very simple drill that's going to help you learn this motion is what we call the stop, check and go drill. So you're going to set up to the golf ball normally. Then from there, you're going to do this takeaway feeling, pushing down with the heel pad sort of towards the toe line right there. As I do that, I'm going to stop just after the takeaway position. So somewhere between shaft parallel and left arm parallel. So around here, I'm going to check it's in a good spot. So hands in a good position, wrists in a good position, clubs in a good position, arms in a good position. And then I will turn to the top from there when I look back at the ball. So here's what it'll look like. Let me play it back in slow motion for you after. So we're going to sit up here. We're going to take it back. Stop, check it, look back at the ball, now go. So as I play that back, you can see I pushed down on the handle, got it in a good position, checked it was in a good spot, look back at the ball, and then from there I hit it. And you can see how it really brings everything together, gets the club setting up on a beautiful plane, good width, good connection, everything's synchronized up, and it makes life so much easier. Now, let me show you this with other clubs. So let's now go to the top end of the bag and we have the driver here. So again, I see so many amateurs, they get the takeaway wrong, too armsy. The biggest one is I see golfers pull up on the handle, which gets that club diving inside, makes it super inconsistent, especially when it comes to the driver. So what are we looking to see again? Same principle. And again, when you come up to the driver, I do that drill where you have the heel pad on the grip, your index finger and your thumb, and then your two fingers on your right hand, and just get used to feeling like you push down with that heel pad. If you push down with the heel pad, club sets up and it gives you beautiful width and everything is synchronized. So you can see there's just so many wins across the board here. Let's give it a rip. So as I play that back, you can see I'm pushing down with that left hand, the right hand's reacting, everything's getting in a good spot on the way back, and that helped me hit about a 2 or 3 yard draw right there. So now let's go to the other end of the bag. Let's grab a wedge. And again, we're gonna start with full wedge shots. So this is a lob wedge, so 58-degree wedge for me. A full 58-degree wedge goes 100 yards, about a 3/4 one goes about 85 yards for me. So I'm gonna hit that one. I'm gonna hit a 3/4 wedge for you right here. It's the same principle. Again, I see so many golfers, they raise the handle, club goes inside, things like that. They get off plane and then from there it makes wedges so hard to hit. Why? Strike is so important when it comes to a wedge shot. So the more we get out of position in the backswing, the harder it is to control our strike. So very simple. Again, good rehearsal swing, push down with that heel pad on the grip, gets everything in a good spot, arms nice and wide, good synchronization. And from there, let me hit a shot for you like so. Now let's go even shorter, your little chip shots, your little pitch shots. Now it doesn't matter what you define them as or whatever it is, I call them finesse shots. I don't like the terms chip and pitch. But any shot around the green like this, the #1 rule, and this is something I see so many amateurs get wrong, is don't let that club head go too far inside your hands. When it does, two things are going to happen. Either you're going to come back over the top, chances are you're going to shank it, or if you're in this position, you're going to drive your hands towards the target. That's your fat shot, that's your thin shot. If you listen to anybody like Dan Greaves or James Ridyard or James Siegman, top short game coaches throughout the world, they always tell you keep that club in front of you and then it's going to be so much easier to hit these shots correctly. Now, why does this movement help you keep the club in front? Well, look, if I push ever so slightly down on the heel with my heel pad on the top part of that grip, where does the club head go? It goes up. It doesn't go inside. Now, the wrist set is different in short game because we're not trying to necessarily load the trail wrist as much. So just by pushing down on the top part of the grip with the heel pad, I'm able to keep that club in front of me, and then I can hit a nice little soft shot here. So if I show you what this looks like, so good setup, push slightly down on the heel pad, get it in a good position. Let me show you what this chip shot will look like. So you can see as I hit that shot, that came off with a lot of spin right there. I was able to get it in a really good position on the way back. I felt like then I could just drop the club on the back of the ball, and that's how you're going to hit some better shots with this swing thought. So there you have it. I told you that swing thought was not clickbait, and it truly does work for all of your clubs. Now, if you need more one-to-one help with your game, I offer online coaching. The link is down below. Also, there is a free practice guide. Again, the link is down below in the video description. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you back here soon.